hello. What's up? Man, where's everybody? What's going on? Saw some people. Let's go, XP Mikey. What up? Just gonna start eating because I'm hungry. You wanna make me here eat by myself? Hmm. Must have missed everybody. Where'd everybody? How was your weekend, Mike? Ooh. What's up, Jen? Ooh. Too much wasabi. Oh. Ooh. What's up, brother? What you doing, man? You here for the weekend? Chilling. Trying to find me a cable that I can connect. Scales. Oh, look at that piece of meat. Oh, the soup. So good. You know, I made it myself when it's got scales. Woo. Wasabi's too hot. What's up, chat? Nobody talking? What's going on? Just chilling. What's everybody doing on Sunday? Have a good weekend. Some wasabi. Oh. 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 How much wasabi? Oh. So much wasabi. There's little scales in here because I didn't scale it right now. Once in a while. Not bad. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh man. It is spicy wasabi. Never had wasabi so spicy before. Like I mentioned, I went fishing yesterday, so we caught some sea bass. Caught a lot of sea bass, so I sliced them up, cut them up last night, and sashimi, black sea bass, and sea bass sushi, and spicy soup. It's fish soup. The wasabi is killing me. It is a lot stronger than I expected, but quite through it. Let's roast off some wasabi. How you doing, Mikey? How are you doing? This is just regular rice. Soup's not very appetizing, but soup. How's the music volume now? How's the music volume? How's the volume in general? Ugh. Fishbone stuck in there. So for this one, I made the rice with the like the Japanese sushi vinegar. and so it's like a legit sushi. Sea bass, black sea bass sushi with all the goodies. A little soy sauce. Mmm. Mmm. So fresh. So good. Mmm. No, Wi-Fi is still kicking my ass in the back, bro. I'm more fish. Mmm. 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 So, let me see if I got some pictures I can share with you guys while I eat. For some reason I can't get into my phone for some reason. Flag. Hey, 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 hey. So today, I had black sea bass, which I caught from the ocean yesterday on a boat ride, 12-hour fishing trip, 3 hours out on the boat. Um, the limit for these fish is 12 and a half inches, 15 fishes per person. I went with my dad and I and a couple of other friends. Everybody caught their limit of 15 fish on the boat. Like literally the entire boat caught 15 fish per person. Actually, maybe more. Actually, obviously a lot more. And we caught so much fish that we came in 2 hours early. A whole 2 hours early. Sometimes I've heard people go on these trips and there's like never a single person, or like sometimes not even a single person catches. But luckily we were blessed by the weather. First, the weather. I mean, it was 65 degrees out in the water on crystal clear, beautiful day in December. Like, when can you ask for weather like that in December, out in the ocean, out in the sea, in the long sea? 3 hours off the coast. We were about 30 miles off of the Atlantic Ocean, off the East Coast, down there by Maryland, Chincoteague, and man, it was beautiful. It's like nothing out there. Our boat was the only thing out there and nothing else. And we just drop line and fishes were just popping up like fire. Drop it, sit and let it bounce. They just pop right up. It was amazing. It was an amazing time. And fortunately we caught a whole lot of fish. So I spent the entire day after I got back, about like 5 hours trying to clean and fillet the fish so I could eat it. And I don't know about you, but me, I personally like to eat it sashimi, like sushi, kind of fresh. So of course we had to have some last night, but I wanted to share some of this with you guys today. I actually like fish when it's about a day or 2 days kind of after the catch. The meat tends to kind of loosen its firmness a little bit, but at the same time it brings out the true flavor of the fish, kind of the sweetness. It's not necessarily spoiling it, or it's not really fermenting it, but it's really just the way of letting the fish do its own thing, kind of letting it kind of work its magic. The fish, any kind of meat, I think, when you catch it right away, the fish especially go into shock. This like mode of shock where they firm up the muscles and the muscles tense up. And when you catch the fish and you fillet the fish when it's at that tense state, that you're gonna have very like chewy fish. I mean, it's still good. I mean, I like fish that way. Don't get me wrong, because that's fresh fish. I mean, fresh fish is like on point. And it feels like you're eating like a nice piece of like meat, and it's really good that way. But when you let it sit for a couple of hours, well, of course after oh well, you can fillet it or you don't fillet it. Um, but after you let it sit for a couple hours and you let the kind of muscles kind of loosen back up and back to their own regular state, where the shock was going through and the shock's kind of gone, at that point the fish becomes a lot more like tender. Um, you don't have to chew as hard, but at the same time, the flavor, definitely the flavor of the fish comes out, like the true flavor, like the inside. I don't know what you call it in English, but I'll look it up and probably have it on a future video. But it makes the fish. It's got this like. I guess you gotta call it fishy because it's a fish, but it's this sweetness to it. This thing where like the fish just has its own flavor, you know. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a scale that obviously because I didn't scale it very well, scaled it everything, and then so like when you eat it like this, the fish is like not as chewy. You can bite through it, and it's got this like the true flavor of the fish come out. And don't get me wrong, this is what your sushi restaurants do all the time. They get the fish, even if it's a fresh fish, they take the fish, they usually fillet it, let it sit. So it's kind of fermenting the fish for the flavor, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mm. The best way to describe the texture would be kind of like when you bite into salmon, that like that fat, like the fat from the fish is like coming out, right? Kind of like that. It's got like the chew of the salmon chew, less like well, almost like in between salmon and tuna. Like tuna sometimes can be a little grainy, a little too grainy for me, but it's like right in between. At about a day or two, and this thing is it's pretty amazing. It's amazingly good when you first get it, you know. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Yeah, I mean when we were going out there yesterday, it was pretty rough seas, but I mean I could handle all the rough seas that are out there if it means I can have fish like this all the time. Obviously I don't go charter fishing all the time, but and then what we have on this side is a Town. It's like a fish stew called Town, which is spicy stew, but it's something that a lot of people do. So we eat the fish kind of raw, and then you take the bone, and then boil it down, make a broth, a fish broth, and then make a soup, spicy soup, and it just happens. It's just like perfect. And then you get to eat them. You don't waste the meat that was on the bones, on the tail. That's delicious. Delicious. So good. A little bony. I can deal with the bones. Mm. think definitely catching fish and then eating it, like the fish that I caught, much more rewarding and like just tastes better. I know where it's been. I know how it's been cleaned. I clean it myself, so it has to be good. And I make it extra. I make sure it's like extra clean to make sure when I clean it, you know. I make sure there's no worms. I make sure there's nothing else getting in the way. Making sure it's clean. Watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to prepare fish, clean fish, and cut fish, and you know, I try to make it work. I put it together. And this is a black sea bass. It's my first time catching such fish before. And it was really fun to catch, and really good to eat. Then, you know, your usual 60-minute IPA, knockfish head. Prefer soju, but that's all I have today. Yeah, beer I got for free from I went to a golf tournament this morning and I got, you know, they gave us free beer. It was a Toys for Tots tournament. We brought some toys. I mean, it was a big tournament. There's about, I don't know, there's a good amount of people, like 2 teams per hole, so yeah, 8 per hole, maybe like 80 people out there. Of course, socially distanced. We all went out on separate holes, and it was for a good cause. Got to I think we donated a good number of toys, a lot of toys for the kids, and that's some bomb ass chili. But part of it was they gave us free drinks, and we didn't really drink the beer on the course because one of my friends actually brought like a Balvenie 18, which was 17, and we had to drink that instead of beer. So I got some extra beer today, so might as well just drink it while I eat. Doesn't look like we got a very active chat today, but it's all good. How many fish did I catch? I caught a lot of fish yesterday. Some small ones, some undersized ones, some big ones. I think at one point we had about 40 fish in our cooler. And then my friend actually had more in his cooler. So in the middle of it, you know, because we got to count for the limit, you know, we have the first mate going around count our fish sometimes. And yeah, at one point we had 40, so we had to take some out. And then we got another count, it was 32, so we had to take some of that out. But luckily, one of my friends that went with us and his dad actually sashimi's fish on the boat. So we took some of the undersized ones and then sashimi'd it up. Man, eating a fish that you just caught and sashimi like on the boat, it's another experience. It was my first time doing it. I mean, I've never gone charter fishing like that, nor have I caught this much fish before. So I mean, let me see if I can show you guys a picture. If I can get into my phone. But it was a great time out there. A lot of fish. Yeah, I think there was about 30 people on the boat, and everybody caught their limit or more. So let's say just everybody alone. We can bring back 15 as the limit. So because 15 is the limit, I think. But you know, there's still leeways. I mean, nobody's sitting there counting all the fish. I mean, obviously, we try to stay within the limit, but we had caught so much fish, we just couldn't help ourselves. I mean, we ate it. I mean, I spent all last night trying to clean fish. This is me trying to clean fish all last night. Let me see if I can find a good picture of how much. I saw my dad with. So, a friend of mine and his dad told us it'd be a cool picture if we bite the head of the sea bass. So we did. That was pretty cool. Yeah, made for a cool picture. Yeah, this is our ice chest that we brought back. It's a small. It's a small ice chest, but I mean, all the years fishing, I've never filled up my ice box to that point. So it was definitely good times for me. I was very happy about that, no doubt, no doubt. I was so happy to catch that much fish. Yeah, and then this is my friend's, my buddy's ice chest he had, and yeah, that's a little more than probably 30 fish in there. I think there was close to about 50 fish in his cooler, and then we definitely sashimi'd up with a good chunk of them. But I mean, let me just I guess what we got, where we got it. Trutz? What's trutch? What's trutch? Yeah, I have more footage on my GoPro, which I'm filming with right now. But yeah, a lot of fish. A lot of sashimi last night. Yeah, truth about the icebox. Facts, indeed. So, alright, alright, this is the difference, okay? So, you saw my icebox, which was kind of dinky, and, you know, it looks like it's full of fish. I mean, obviously it was, right? And then, what makes you, like, this tells you that I'm a guy that just fishes on the shore, on the pier. I probably have more drinks in here than... I probably have more drinks in this icebox than fish at the end of the day. But when you look at my buddy's icebox, I mean, you can tell he's a straight up, I go fishing on boats and I catch a lot of fish, because this thing has wheels on it. Like, they made wheels so they can carry this ice chest, which is probably close to 100 pounds at the end of the day. And they got little compartments for water, so it tells you they fill the rest of it with fish, and that much for water. Me, that's probably the size of my icebox. Maybe a little bit bigger, but this thing is deep, and this thing's like, you can probably put a human body in this ice chest. That's how big this thing is, and look how much fish is in that thing. But yeah, I made the sushi rice. Get a little wasabi in here. So what I had here when I started was about probably about like two and a half fish. Yeah. So fresh. Doesn't smell. It's just so clean. Pure sweet flavor of fish. I like mine with a little wasabi and soy sauce. Maybe sometimes too much soy sauce. Or too much wasabi, I mean. Oh. Wasabi kicks me. Yeah, I mean, at one point we got my arms hurt so bad. I felt like I was in a fishing factory. Literally for like 2 hours, we were just constantly bringing up fish. I was tired of catching fish at one point, like everybody. I mean, I'm not tired of catching fish, but like just tired of catching the same fish. So, like, so what happened was it got to the point where because we throw it in, we were using squid, so the boat provides us with the bait, and I actually rented a rod because I wasn't sure what to use. So, but you just drop it. It goes down about 150 feet, maybe almost 200 feet, and just drop the line. And as soon as you feel the bottom hit, kind of just reel up just a little bit, and literally these fishes will go at it. So at first we were so excited to see all this fish coming up. We just like catch everything we got, keep catching. Like we were in a hurry, just bring them up, measure. We have a ruler kind of on board, so we measure. If it hits, throw it in the ice box. If not, throw it back in the water. Keep going. And we were going on that for like straight 2 hours, I think, just full speed, nonstop. And then once we got the count, we heard there was like 40 and then 32 fish in the cooler. We were just like, all right. My arms are tired. We were tired. It was a new rod that I've never used before, which is kind of this bait casting rod reel, which reels on top, and I'm not used to it. So my arms were really tired. So I would just drop bait and then kind of just let it sit and just. I knew there was fish on there. There was always fish on there, but I just waited. Like even like if it felt kind of small, I just kind of let it just sit there and like play around, let it bite, and then I just waited until like a big hit. And then when a big hit came, that's when I brought it up. And that's how we caught some big ones, like caught some big bad boys, like maybe like 16, 15, like 15, 16 inch fishes. Buddy of mine caught like 17, 18 inch. And some other dude caught like a 2-3 pounder. I mean, they all kind of stay around the same like 13, 14 inch range. But there's a few big ones that are out there. That's just a couple of people we saw catching. And a buddy of mine also did too. I mean, we had a great time. It was a joyful time on the boat. Like everybody was so happy. Nobody went home disappointed. And there's a lot of other fishes out there in that water, so we did try to catch some other fish, but that was much harder to do. It wasn't to I don't know, they just never came up. I'm trying to save some of this rice for another piece. A bowl is mealtang. So it's a spicy fish soup. So because it's kind of cold now, but it was good when it started. But because I sashimi the fish myself, I have a lot of fish heads, a lot of fish bones. What do you do with that? Make soup, make stock, and then make a big pot of soup with some chili peppers, watercress. A lot of bones to pick in there, honestly. I like the soup, and then sometimes there's like big chunks of meat that come up. It's definitely something Koreans do when we always eat, and that's what this rice is for. Like I said, there's a lot of bones in here. This is like the finish to any sushi meal. It's got little dumplings. So you can say you ate a whole fish, like head to tail. I mean, sometimes I've seen this thing would have like a big head in it. I mean, not a fish head person, but delicious. I look forward to this fishing trip this entire week, and I actually I was really hoping I catch fish in order to be able to share with you guys and show you what I did, and get to show you enjoying some fish that is harvested by myself and cleaned up and cooked. I mean, obviously I wish you guys could join me, and aside just from the screen, would love it if you guys could join me, but it's unfortunate, but I'll enjoy myself for you guys. I want to catch like a big fish. There's this really want to catch a grouper, to be honest. Grouper. I want to try eating a grouper. Oh. I like wasabi. I really do. Well, I don't understand why this wasabi is so spicy. It's so spicy. It's the spiciest wasabi I've ever had. But it's so addicting. It's so good. You know what I mean? Like, when you let it kind of sit one day, or you eat it like the next day, the meat is not so chewy, and it's just so buttery, and like you can truly taste the flavor of the fish. And it's a complete different thing from being fishiness. Fishiness is one thing. This is the flavor of the fish. And it's just plump, juicy. I guess you could even say it's like naturally juicy, the fish. I don't know why I torture myself by eating more and more wasabi, but it's so good. Wasabi's so good. I just can't. What this like blue hue we got going on. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. See what that is about. Yeah, unfortunately I had a really long weekend. Very, very long. Fishing, golfing, something I haven't really done. I haven't really done all that in one weekend in a long time. I used to do golfing and then go fishing on the weekends all the time. But man, this thing really wears you out. Trying to do everything in one weekend. Oh, that wasabi. Woo! Took it out of me. Yeah, so today I'm just gonna have a real short stream. Nothing too much, nothing too fancy. Just really wanted to show you guys what I did this weekend with the fish, and the fishing and the fish that I caught, and to be able to share that experience, the sashimi, with you guys. Hey, Original X, appreciate the donation, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, definitely everything that goes to this channel is all you guys, Appreciate it. Everything you guys, any donations, I'm gonna flip it back into one of these mukbangs in the future. I got a lot planned. I got a lot of things to eat. I enjoy food. I hope you do as well, and I hope we can enjoy the food together. Me over the screen now, but who knows? But definitely a lot more food out there, a lot more adventures. We'll go fishing again. and I'll definitely edit some of these GoPro videos that I have, and hopefully start a YouTube channel, and then you guys can see what's going on, kind of outside of my stream. Obviously, you'll see some stream content as well, but this is just the beginning. You know, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, but really appreciate the donation. Really appreciate your follow. Really appreciate you guys joining me today. Doesn't matter if there's one of you, if there's 100 of you. I'll be here eating. Just make sure you guys stop by whenever you see that live sign going up. You're welcome to stop by. But thank you guys. Hope you guys all have a great week, and Nolan out.